I want to tell you that victory is all over you this morning. But there's something else we need to also know is that victory doesn't come without a challenge and victory doesn't come without a battle. In order to get a victory, you have to be in some type of battle. But the victory belongs to you. And I know we just had the Super Bowl, and many of us watched the Super Bowl. And I wasn't a Patriot fan. Matter of fact, I wanted the Patriots to lose. And not only me, they had all the other people, not only the opponents, but many other people were going against the Patriots, wanting to see them defeated, especially after they were down 25 points and the Falcons were up. It was people who didn't even like the Falcons wanted to see the Patriots lose. And matter of fact, everybody thought the game was over with. And I'm just doing a comparison. And not only did they have all them people coming against them, but the Patriots or Tom Brady inherited some enemies just by association. There was many Democrats that were against the Patriots because of who was in the booth, because Mike Pence was in the booth. And I'm neither Republican or Democratic, and I don't want to get in a debate, but I'm making a point. So all these odds are against Tom Brady, but somehow he's still seen a victory. And I want to tell you today, that should tell you something. Just because there's a bunch of haters against you, just because people want you to lose, just because people want you to go down, that doesn't stop your victory in life. That doesn't stop your victory that God wants you to make. Because although you got all those things against you, the ball is still in your hand. That's why many people who are trapped by their circumstance and their surroundings, they can lose sight of a victory in spite of the obstacles. But we need to see the victory in spite of what it looks like. And we've seen, and if you watch the game, you've seen how he wasn't smiling, wasn't saying anything, but he looked focused. Somehow it looked like he's seen the victory. And as I think about it, that victory wasn't by accident. And I want to tell you in your life, there's many victories that are not going to happen by accident. But that victory was on purpose. Don't lose your head when you're in a fight. How many people know it looked like they came together? People wanted them to lose their head, but they came together. Sometimes when everything's so good and you're celebrating, and sometimes if you've never been in a fight, sometimes when things start to turn, you forget how to fight. And it almost seemed like that with the opponent. But it seemed like that guy, he kept his head. And they continued to fight because they seen a victory. Now, I was rooting for them to lose. But as they continued to play, you realize that this guy is a fourth quarter quarterback. He's been through some stuff before. They have been through some stuff. And so they continued to throw the ball. They continued to fight for the victory. And they overcome a deficit. And they won. And it was so remarkable because they were down so far. And I want to tell you, just because you're down at your lowest, the victory's going to be sweeter. Just because you're at your lowest, when you're in your biggest fight, that's going to make the victory sweeter. That's going to make the victory better. And after the game, you look at it and you say, what happened? But I heard Eddie Murphy say one time, that dude's bad. And when I left the game, although I was against him, although I wanted them to lose, I had to say, that dude's bad. That dude's bad. That dude played some football. And see, somebody ought to get excited. Because regardless of what's against you, you got the victory. You can overcome the deficit. You can get and do and be what God wants you to be. You can overcome your circumstances. You can overcome regardless of what people think about you, because that victory is going to change what people think about you. And I want to tell you that victory changed a lot of people, because a lot of people was walking around saying that dude was bad. Even the Falcon fans was walking around saying that was a bad dude. And I want to tell you, the devil's going to know that you're a bad dude. People are going to say, look what the Lord has done in their life. Look what God has done in their life. He has done a remarkable thing. Even though all these things were against them, they rose up above the occasion. They rose up above the circumstance, and they overcame. I want to tell you today, victory is all over you. Victory is all over you, and victory belongs to you in Jesus' name.